Welcome to Paradise Jam, NCAA on the Paradise Land. From near and far, them a travel all and pick up. Experience the beautiful white sand sun. Paradise Jam in the Virgin Island. Paradise Jam in the Virgin Island. Paradise Jam in the Virgin Island. Mr. Victims of walking up.
It is day number 2 with the 2023 U.S. Virgin Islands Paradise Jam, and Cincinnati comes in 2-2 and ready to take on 10th-ranked NC State, who remains unbeaten after a win yesterday at 5-0. We have 2 top 10 teams in this division here in the Paradise Jam, as Colorado got a win just moments ago. The first meeting ever between Cincinnati and 10th-ranked NC State happens here today. Coach, this will be a good game here. See if Cincinnati, you like their ability to potentially hang here with NC State.
Well, you get NC State comes with a big rep, went over UConn, got everyone's attention in the nation. But this is a Cincinnati team that's got a little toughness to them. They hired a former alumni, Christina Merriweather. Her first year, she's got 7 of her top 8 scorers back. They got a little grit, but this is an NC State team that is really efficient at the offensive end.
Let's take a look at a couple of players that proved to be big factors. As Jillian Hayes for Cincinnati. She can score it, she can rebound it, she leads them.
She can kiss it off the window. 10 double-doubles last season. Big game against Colorado, 17 points and 5 rebounds. Highly effective player, shoots at 54% from the field. This is the player that Coach is trying to stretch her offensive game out farther to the three-point line. Can pass it, can put it on the floor, really can become a matchup nightmare.
For NC State head coach Westmore, Sanaya Rivers, there's not much she can't do.
Mid-range jumper. The mid-range game is alive at NC State. Quick hands on the steal. Big smile because she told us she was going to dunk that ball, but wanted to save her legs for today's game. You talk about efficiency. 50% from the field, and she can get to where she can score it. Over 80% from the free throw line. Excellent for that one bounce, rise up, and fill it for Sanaya Rivers.
All right, let's go keys to the game. Let's start with the Bearcats. How do they come up with the upset?
Well, different looks on defense. Had some success yesterday trying to keep North Carolina State out of rhythm. And when you play a top-ranked team, you cannot turn it over and give them extra opportunities. Interesting to see what they're going to do in the post. Double yesterday. They scrambled out. Were pretty good at it. Will they continue that type of defense today for Cincinnati?
All right, for the Wolfpack, keys to continue this Wolfpack rolling.
There's no saying, like the three, but love the paint. Paint touches are big for this team. 42 points in the paint yesterday. They always look for transition opportunities. Great at deciding when to go and when to pull it back out. And they are as good as anybody in the nation on defense. They keep their hands off people. They just refuse to put you at the free throw line.
All right, we get things started with 2 of the most athletic players in the country. Sanaya Rivers for NC State in the white. Malia Williams, the Cincinnati Bearcats in the black uniforms. We are underway as the Wolfpack with the basketball first. We take a look at their starting 5 with Baldwin, Collins, James, Hayes, and Rivers. And the first shot falls for Madison Hayes.
And it falls from a paint touch inside out for NC State.
Starting lineup for Cincinnati: Jackson and Milton, Aaliyah Williams, Thomas, and Jillian Hayes. And here's Williams underneath. Shot will not fall. Rebound grabbed by James. Williams with the kick as North Carolina State coming off another 20-win season into the NCAA tournament. There is Cincinnati head coach Katrina Merriweather in her first year. Preseason 13th in the inaugural season in the Big 12 for the Bearcats, coming off a 9-21 season. Took Memphis to the WNIT a year ago.
Trina Merriweather understands what it means to be a Bearcat. 01 graduate, she's had great success wherever she's been. Her last stop at Memphis.
Her players love just her school pride that she has to be a Bearcat. Rebound by Maya Jackson. Williams on the take. And the rebound's knocked out of bounds. They say last touch by NC State. UCC head coach Wes Moore in year number 11. Over 800 victories. As he is closing in on 250 career wins at NC State. Three from the corner.
Game plan for Wes Moore is to give up the three against Cincinnati. They are packing their defense in.
Rivers directing traffic. Here's Hayes. Turns the corner. Gets blocked from behind by Williams. And there's 7 on the shot clock.
Excellent defense recovered by Williams.
Hayes goes inside. Baldwin with just 1 on the clock. Draws a foul just ahead of the horn.
Excellent defense. They played zone on that OB play, but give up a foul at the shot clock.
Destiny Thomas called for the foul.
Got to have a clock in your head.
Baldwin good at the free throw line. Here's another look.
Reaches over, just catches a little bit of her left wrist. And I've made this point many times yesterday. One of the best free throw shooting in the country, the best free throw shooting teams, you cannot put the Wolfpack at the line.
Williams back to Thomas. Rolls off the rim. Rivers the rebound. NC State looking to run.
Is daring Cincinnati to shoot the outside jump shot.
Travel violation called on Isaiah James, the junior out of Virginia Beach. At 18 points in the Wolfpack win over then number 2 UConn. At 7 points, 5 assists, 4 turnovers yesterday against Kentucky. A turnover here against the Bearcats. Jumper from Williams is good. 5-5.
Mid-range jump shot. Next trip down, watch the white jerseys. No one has come outside the three-point line yet on defense.
And one opportunity here as James capitalizes on the runner on the right side.
Baseline. Help defenders not get there in time. Good concentration to get it off the window.
Foul goes on Jackson.
Let's see how packed in that defense is. They're looking at the stats. 5 threes a game at 31%. But that's where they're going to beat you. Mid-range jump shot is where Cincinnati excels. And because the defense is packed in, Brad, you can get a couple bounces and get into the heart of the defense.
Rivers battling inside, but Hayes comes away with a rebound. Ahead to Milton, launches the deep 3. That's no good. Cincinnati was 4 for 8 in the fourth quarter against Colorado yesterday, but on the season, shooting just 32% from outside, 40% from the floor on this year.
So Wes Moore's respecting the quickness.
Madison Hayes from the corner. That's 3 for NC State. Their second 3-ball of the game. Williams wants to try, and Williams connects.
That's got Katrina Merriweather smiling from ear to ear.
Williams.
This team believes now. Cincinnati believes. You can tell in their way they carry themselves.
Offensive rebound for Baldwin. Now inside.
High energy.
This is Collins' turnaround jumper.
Deadly. Mimi Collins, mid-range game. That is a difficult shot. Made it look silky smooth.
There's a foul underneath. Baldwin and Thomas pushing. This is going to be a foul on River Baldwin. 11.6 rebounds against Kentucky yesterday. Into the game comes Maddie Cox as Collins checks out. And in for Cincinnati, Ariel Jackson comes in. Brianna Byers onto the floor, as is Reagan Jackson.
The bench for Cincinnati doesn't wow you with big numbers, but they're steady players, and they can go 8-9 deep.
Jackson launches the 3.
The concern is, can they rebound? Can their bench rebound with the Wolfpacks?
Cox eyes a 3. Too strong. Catch and shoot 3 for Hayes. Good box out by NC State.
North Carolina State's gonna live with that outside jump shot.
Hayes. The and 1 for Madison Hayes. Points against UConn, 15 points against Kentucky. Timeout on the floor. The 10th ranked Wolfpack up 4. Cincinnati playing tough.
Inside, outside, that's their game. Knocking in 3 balls. Wolfpack with a 4-point lead.
Backdrop of endless ocean, Frenchman's Reef in St. Thomas is a destination of pure island escape. With its white coral sand beaches, tranquil blue waters, and luxe modern design, it's an experience that sets the new standard in the U.S. Virgin Islands. Experience 2 resorts, 1 paradise, the Westin Beach Resort and Spa and Bowie House Beach Resort, an Autograph Collection Hotel. Book your stay today at Frenchman'sReefSt.Thomas.com.
She'll penetrate, get it off the window. Madison Hayes having a great day for NC State.
3 for 4 from the floor. A couple 3-pointers. Add a free throw. 9 points for Madison Hayes.
Got 2 in the left corner on inside-outside plays.
Hayes gets blocked by Cox.
For Cincinnati, it's been all Alea Williams, as she has all 10 of her points on the bench, taking a breather. Had to rest her arm. It's getting a little sore. Put ice on the elbow.
Alea Williams doing so much for Cincinnati. Time for more contribution. There's an offensive foul. That's going to go against Reagan Jackson.
This is the packed-in defense. Look at the help side defenders. There's no room to go. You're going to have to pass it, play what we call the second or third side, and then attack when the defense shifts. There'll be more gaps for driving lanes.
Yesterday for Cincinnati, Hayes with 17 points, 11 from Maya Jackson. Sanaya Rivers had 13 points yesterday. The Wolfpack win over Kentucky adds 2 more for NC State here as Rivers is on the board.
Rivers is so explosive.
And a foul as James was driving. goes on Ariel Jackson.
Good look there at number 22, Sanaya Rivers. They always talk about three-point shooting post play. Sanaya Rivers has the old school mid-range pull-up off the bounce. Good look at Jones there at the free throw line. James, excuse me.
Substitutions in Braylon Milton, Malia Williams, and Destiny Thomas on the floor for Cincinnati. James' free throw makes it 18-10. 3:40 to play, first quarter.
James, your leading scorer, was held to 7 points yesterday.
Layup attempt by Milton. Rivers on the run, flips it left side. Stop and pop for James. And it's going to be a foul underneath, battling for the rebound. And this goes on Reagan Jackson.
Now that last trip, North Carolina State changed their defense. They're out there denying Williams because Williams has all 10 points. They're trying to keep the ball out of her hands.
Cincinnati head coach Katrina Merriweather. Hayes can't get that second free throw to fall. 19-10. 10th ranked NC State. Preseason number 8 in the ACC poll this year. Got the win over number 2 UConn in game number 2 of this season. Here's Milton now, flips it down to the baseline. Shot clock down to 3. Milton steps back, fires the 3. Offensive rebound underneath. Aisha Dia draws the foul and will go to the line to shoot 2. Rivers, the guilty party.
Everyone was blocking out in a white jersey. Dia just comes running in from the perimeter. She was actually going to ball screen, so no one was there to block her out at an easy pickup on the offensive glass.
That looked like a lot of ball on that replay. Rivers going over the top. Dia gets them both.
They were stuck on 10 for a long time. That's with the lid off the basket. And someone scoring besides their leading scorer, which has been Williams.
It's a 9-0 run for NC State. There's the drive, the block from behind by Williams.
We saw NC State do this yesterday. They lift their offense up off the baseline, and it creates those driving lanes toward the baseline. What we call a rip and go move. Upside defense can't get there in time. Straight line drives.
Could have been called a flop, but here comes Cincinnati after the Rivers miss. Dia in the corner, can't save it from going out of bounds, and it'll be Wolfpack basketball here with 2:10 to go in the first half.
Wants to run. But they have to be careful about the turnovers.
NC State 5-0. They've started 5-0 6 times in the 11-year career of Coach Moore. There's 3 more from Isaiah James.
You have to understand, know your personnel. You got to make James bounce it. He's just too good from the perimeter, shooting 50% from the three-point line.
2 for 4 early on here.
Got to make her uncomfortable.
That's rattled home for Milton.
Cincinnati can get that mid-range jumper off the ball screens.
James the drive. Oh, up into contact and finishes.
Well, they chased her off the three-point line, and that's the result. She gets all the way to the rim, a complete player for the Wolfpack.
James with 8 points early on. Madison Hayes with 10.
Trying to get the high-low look.
Baldwin tipped the pass. And unable to finish inside is Thomas. Here comes Rivers. Oh, wide open is James. That one's too strong. Baldwin, offensive rebound, put back for 2.
Baldwin with a great read. Goes to the weak side as the ball's being shot. She came all the way from the top of the key. On the run, great timing. Soft touch to put it back in.
Cincinnati, here's the 3 for Milton. Rebound to Byers. Put back, no. And Rivers and Williams get tied up. Possession arrow will keep it with the Bearcats.
See what Katrina Merriweather has drawn up during their OB play. It'd be nice to get a basket in the quarter.
8 seconds here. Milton with the basketball.
Gotta go.
And lost it. And NC State will have a 12-point lead at the end of the first quarter as the Wolfpack, a strong opening quarter yesterday in their win over Kentucky. A good start here is James with 8 points.
Well, James has scored inside, outside. A tough matchup for Cincinnati. Great ball movement. Wolfpack, they've got up by a dozen.
Live sports.
NC State, another strong start. A big first quarter, 26 points after scoring 31 yesterday against Kentucky.
And 10 of those in the paint, Brad, and they get in the paint different ways. Off the dribble drive, offensive rebounds, pass to the post, high-low looks. Really hard to guard because they're really to spread out the defense. Cincinnati changing up with a zone.
Williams almost came up with a steal. Hayes has to secure it.
They need Hayes to get involved in this game at the offensive end. The Bearcats do number 20 in the black jersey.
Nia Clark in the game, fires that shot. Graduate senior out of Indianapolis, Indiana. Was at Marquette last year. Here is Hayes. Madison Hayes for NC State. Double digits. Scoring.
Got off to a great start and been very efficient, knocking in a couple of threes. Cincinnati's playing around the edge here offensively. They've got to get some penetration either by the pass or the bounce. Playing around the three-point line.
There's an offensive foul called on Milton. So the Wolfpack get it back. Well, NC State defense, Coach, they've given up more than 60 points just once this season. That was to second-ranked UConn. They've limited 4 of those opponents to less than 30% shooting in the game, including yesterday against Cincinnati, who shot just 27% from the floor, as James missed everything. And so far, Cincinnati shooting 25%.
Ball screen defense is really good at NC State.
And here's an offensive foul called on Maya Jackson. And for Jackson, that's her second personal foul. Jones with the defensive footwork.
Hands up and showing it. Really good defense. There's a saying, you have to own your own matchup NC State does that really well. It's hard to get by them off the bounce. But I think you got to see some more ball screen action by Cincinnati.
Collins the kick out to Hayes. This is the freshman Zoe Brooks, the drive. How about an and one? Welcome to the party, Zoe Brooks.
Well, she made a great play at the defensive end on that ball screen. She jumped out and picked up a charge. Zoe Brooks, and with the ball fake, finds the gap, contorts her body, and the soft rims of the Paradise Jam are kind to Zoe Brooks.
Brooks will shoot the free throws into the beach zone. Coach Moore says Brooks is just a great spark. She comes off the bench.
Two big plays, one at the defensive end and there at the offensive end.
And here is Isaiah James taking the charge.
And Jillian Hayes struggling to get untracked. There's a gap there. There's a gap gone.
All of a sudden, 3 white jerseys surrounding Hayes underneath.
You got to be under control when you drive in there. Stop on 2 feet and make a play.
More from Hayes, not this time. Offensive rebound. Collier adds 2 more.
What a great move by Collier. That pivot, dropped her right foot and came right back to her strong side and finished.
Leah Williams, 10 points already. How about 3 more? Williams shooting it well. 3 for 3 from long range.
Can they survive with that, though, Brad? Williams needs some help from her friends.
The runner, that goes for James. And James into double figures with 10.
Dynamic scorer. Isaiah James.
And here's a foul underneath. This is going to go on Mimi Collins, the grad forward from Louisiana. Played at Maryland. This is her second year with NC State. Bria Byers checks out. Thomas back in for Cincinnati.
We've seen some really talented 4-position players in this tournament.
There's a block by Brooks on that far side. Abby Holtman, the freshman, tried to shoot it.
Yeah, Mimi Collins, really talented. Look at that. That's impossible to guard with her size and strength. I've been impressed by her game this entire tournament.
He's on the kick out, losing it out of bounds. Jackson could not handle the pass.
Cincinnati losing their composure. They started this game high energy, feeding off Williams' points. NC State has settled defensively and made it more difficult for Cincinnati to find shots.
James and Hayes check out. Lacey Steele on the floor. Rivers back in. Brooks the kick out. Steele fresh off the bench knocks in the 3.
Looks like an easy play, but it was set up by the freshman Brooks. She's so quick off the bounce, it sucks in the defender. Simple dribble drive and kick out for an open 3.
There's the drive, the answer by the Bearcats freshman Abby Holtman.
Good job, Abby. Because there's usually a defender waiting. Holtman able to slice in there quickly before help side could arrive.
Holtman out of Florence, Kentucky. Played in a Kentucky All-Star game in high school with teammate Brie Byers. Jumper in the lane from Steele is short.
A double high screen. Steele had a wide open jumper.
Hayes over to Williams.
I don't think they found that shot to win this game. They've got to get some dribble penetration. It's hard to do against this Wolfpack defense. Look how talented that young woman is.
Oh my, Brooks able to get to the rim.
She knows where they hung the hoop. 35 is a natural scorer.
4 points here off the bench.
For that big recruiting class.
Pass tipped out of bounds by Collins, and a timeout on the floor. Halfway through the second quarter, it is a 20-point NC State Wolfpack lead.
Off the bounce of the crossover, the twist, and a little English off the window. And there's just a straight line explosive drive. Wolfpack building up a big lead here in the second quarter.
Water sports and windsurf lessons. Come discover the Caribbean as it should be at Malongo Bay Beach Resort, St. Thomas.
Westmore's recruiting class in 2023. They are now, as freshman class, ranked number 4 in the nation. And one of those star recruits is number 35, Zoe Brooks. She knows where they hung the hoop, wired to score.
A 5-star recruit, ranked the 9th top recruit in that entire 2023 recruiting class by ESPN. And Baldwin went for his steal, is going to get called for a foul.
And the class that Westmore has signed that will graduate in 2024, they are ranked number 10 in the nation as a recruiting class. NC State has got it rolling. 6 straight NCAA bids.
Can't get the bank shot to fall. Thomas is put back, also a no. Collins, turnaround shot, nope.
Collins did not get her shoulders squared. Previous shot, the right baseline, inside pivot, was able to square up that time. A little contorted.
There's a jump ball called as Hayes battling inside with Steele and Collins. As Jillian Hayes is going to check out. The senior 0 for 3 from the floor, as she has 4 turnovers thus far.
Huge part of this Cincinnati offense, Jillian Hayes. They have to get her involved. She is a marked number on the scouting sheet for NC State Wolfpack.
Coach, I thought we had a jump ball. It was a foul on Hayes, and that is her 3rd. So that's why Steele gets the 2 free throws.
Williams has been carrying the load for Cincinnati.
Here's the drive. Tough shot left side. Collins the rebound. Steele back to Brooks.
Open post.
Snyder Rivers had it taken away. Byers comes up with the basketball. Byers in the lane. Nice duck under.
Deep penetration with the dribble. Help came late. Sissy needs more of that.
Steele draws the foul. And that goes on Tizia Jenks. TT Jenks. 3rd year with Cincinnati. Started her career at West Virginia. Up to the free throw line, Lacey Steele, freshman from Edmond, Oklahoma. A number 56 player on the recruiting list, according to ESPN.
Nice blend of older players for the Wolfpack and talented freshmen. And that's the way you want to build your culture, because that older class will teach your freshmen what it takes effort-wise, practice-wise, focus-wise to succeed at this level.
And Steele, also Oklahoma Gatorade Player of the Year. As Williams drives, there's Steele showing her toughness, coming up with a basketball. Rivers ahead to Brooks. Brooks good for three. Not only was she a top 10 recruit, Coach SB Live named her the 2023 National High School Player of the Year last year. Brooks showing the range right there.
Well, Wolfpack fans, you're going to like watching this show for the next 3.5 seasons.
Blocking foul called on Rivers. There's the effort. Freshman comes up with the loose ball.
There's the pass ahead. Rhythm bounce. Nothing but nylon for the rookie. She acts like she's been there before.
She's got good poise, good moxie about her. Substitution. Sanaya Rivers checking out. Her second personal foul. And to the free throw line goes Brianna Byers.
The effort has been there for Cincinnati. But their execution has lapsed at the offensive end, and a lot of that is due to this man here, Westmore's defense. A lot of gap defense, nowhere to drive. You got to really have some three-point shooters to force them out of that packed-in defense. And you got to be able to reverse it, play the second and third side, and then attack.
Steele, catch and shoot three. Rebound grabbed by Jenks. Jenks open over to Dia.
I just don't think those threes in transition are going to do it for Cincinnati.
2 of 8 in the first quarter, just 1 of 3 so far here in the second quarter. So Coach Merriweather has definitely said, let's not settle for those threes.
It's difficult not to because it's so hard to get a shot against the Wolfpack set, but I call it a loaded defense. They got all 5 bodies back. So when you get an open look in transition, very tempting to shoot it.
Jenks pull-up jumper deep, 2. That one rolls off the rim. And Collins grabs another rebound. There's the drive to lay in. Another and one opportunity coming for NC State as Hayes finishes, and she has 12.
Hayes having a big day. The freshman with the push. Hayes finds the gaps. Gets right into the heart of all those black jerseys. Good teaching film for Coach Merriweather because someone's got to slide over and stop the penetration. First of all, you got to stop the quick advancement up the court. Wolfpack's got the running game going today. Got defense collapses.
Offensive foul gets called on Jenks.
This team in the white jerseys is very ball conscious. When you bounce it toward what we call the nail, there's always an offside defender coming at it. They're going to either stick their chest up and try to take the contact and the charge, or use quick hands. A little bit different from the game we had before. Colorado, they come and try to steal it from you.
Yep.
This team's more position-oriented in their defense at the half-court level.
Brooks, step back, launches the 3. Final minute of the second quarter.
They've got some tendencies of what we call the old pack line defense.
Shot blocked by Brooks. Steele in transition, kicks it out. Now the swing over to James. James from the outside. Her second 3 of the game. She has 13.
And another assist by the freshman Brooks off the dribble drive and the kick out. Brooks has outstanding vision. She knows where everyone else is on the court. Rare for a freshman.
Now Brooks backs off here. Game clock at 10. Milton with the basketball. Holtman launches the three. No. Rebound grabbed by Hayes. And Hayes unable to get it off before the horn as we head to the half. 50-22 is the score as NC State in that first half shot 53% from the floor, held Cincinnati to just 25% shooting.
Their offense started with great defense. They were in the gaps, able to create some turnovers, and their push-up floor, Brad, they really run it and fill the lanes. And Brooks, the freshman, big lift off the bench for the Wolfpack of NC State.
And here you see the play where Steele picked it up in transition ahead to Brooks. And joining us now is NC State head coach Westmore. Coach, talk about the play of your freshmen in this first half. They're contributing quite well.
Yeah, we're excited about this class. Obviously, Zoe Brooks, Maddie Cox, Lacey Steele, Mallory Collier, they're all contributing. That's exciting.
Coach, really impressed by your defense. Look like you're playing some pack line. You're in the gaps,
Yep.
and they're not can't get any penetration into the paint.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do is, help in the gaps and try to cut out penetrations. Force jump shots is what we want to make happen. And, again, pretty good job of it. Again, like the way we're getting it out and running as well. It'd be real easy over here in this place to be distracted with all this beauty around us. But I've been pleased with the way our team has been focused.
Especially with that beat zone behind you.
Yeah,
Coach, thanks
man.
for your time. Good luck the second half.
Thank you.
Wes Moore, head coach of NC State. The Wolfpack lead at 50-22. We will step aside as we have 20 minutes complete, 20 minutes to go here in the second day of the 2023 U.S. Virgin Islands Paradise Jam from St. Thomas Island. (50-22). Zion James, Madison Hayes leading the way, scoring for NC State 13 points apiece. As we welcome you back to the University of Virgin Islands Sport and Fitness Complex. He's the coach, Kevin Lehman. I am Brad Wells. And Coach, it's day two. It's kind of who has the legs, and really a great start for NC State in this first half.
At the end with their defense, it really clamped down on what Cincinnati was trying to do, and then that just fueled their running game. And then this bench came in, gave them some more punch. If you're Cincinnati, you got to somehow solve that defense, and you got to handle the ball better. 10 turnovers. They can't have that many turnovers to play a team as good as the Wolfpack.
All right, more analysis on the first half in just a moment. But right now, let's go to the beach zone as we are joined by NC State Deputy Athletics Director Stephanie Menil. And Stephanie, first of all, thanks for joining us, and give us an update on NC State. I know previously you were at Army West Point under current Athletic Director Boo Corrigan. How are things going with the Wolfpack?
We've had a great few weeks. We just won a national championship, women's cross country. We have the 17th ranked men's cross country team. Football's won 4 in a row, and our winter sports are just off to an amazing start. And then we're here today in Paradise with the top 10 women's basketball program.
Well, your women's cross-country national championship, I believe it's their third consecutive national championship. Talk about just kind of the program and being able to compete for national titles you have with your running programs.
Well, we were there last week. We flew over, watched cross-country, then flew to watch our football team play. And cross-country team, it's just a gritty win. Caitlin Toohey came in 5th, and our 4th and 5th runner surpassed 14 runners, and it was just an awesome experience to watch them win their third national championship, and probably the sweetest of the three.
You mentioned football. They're 8-3. They host North Carolina on Saturday, correct?
Yeah, it's 8 o'clock.
All right.
Hopefully we're going to land just in time to go see them play.
Excellent. That's right. You're flying out tomorrow after the early game, a big top 10 matchup tomorrow with 10th ranked NC State and number 3 Colorado, our opener here, the Paradise Jam. Now, how much buzz did the win over number 2 UConn generate for Coach Moore and this Wolfpack team?
it was an unbelievable atmosphere. Reynolds Coliseum was rocking. Wolfpack Nation showed up, and I think it was an opportunity. We have so much talent on this team, but it was just nice to see it come together. I mean, that was a team win. That's what's exciting about watching the Wolfpack this year, is because they're there for each other. They're always fighting and never alone.
High interest in your girls basketball program. 6 sellouts at Reynolds Coliseum already this season, and more expected.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Reynolds, there's nothing like it. I mean, it's so loud. Our students show up, our fans show up, and they just love our women's basketball team. And after that win against UConn, like, nobody wanted to leave, but they wanted to stay there for the fight song, the alma mater, and they just wanted to stay as long as possible just to experience, that winning feeling.
Stephanie, a great start to the season with that win over UConn. These early season trips, these MTEs, multiple team events, how do they kind of build momentum for the rest of the non-conference and really the start of conference action?
I think it's just an opportunity for us to bond, as a team, for the team to come together, to play 3 great opponents back to back to back. I mean, that's tough. And I think you're going to see a lot about your team and how they can fight through wins and fight through adversity in a 3-day stretch.
Stephanie, your favorite part of the U.S. Virgin Islands thus far, outside of basketball, has been what?
Catamaran tour. That was just awesome. Just to see everybody jump into the water. I mean, some of our players were a little scared to get in there and to snorkel, overcame their fears, and it was just nice to be together and have a good time and just smile and have fun playing basketball.
Well, Stephanie, I think I saw Coach Moore jump in. Were you ready to go there and save him if he needed a little help?
He did. I mean, he's always the first one in. I mean, we were at a tournament a couple years ago, and he was the first one at the water park. I mean, he loves the water and loves to be in warm weather.
Well, Stephanie, enjoy the rest of your time here at the Virgin Islands as we see the Wolfpack jumping in off the boat, and they have jumped out to a big lead here at halftime.
Thank you so much.
I'd put those water wings on Coach Moore next time he's jumping off that catamaran.
50-22 is our halftime score. We'll be back with more from Paradise. It is the U.S. Virgin Islands Paradise Jam. NC State up 28 as the Wolfpack rolling. Isaiah James really doing an excellent job. 13 points. She's been fouled 6 times in this first half, as she really has been a tone setter. But NC State spread the wealth once again. A lot of weapons.
I have managed to jinx this NC State team at the free throw line. They're shooting 56%. But your offense feeds off your defense. It's doing that for NC State. Unfortunately for Cincinnati, they can't get any momentum offensively because they can't get the stops. So you see the 2 things happen. That's why you have this big margin. NC State's been really impressive in their quarter-court defense.
Let's take a look at some of our highlights here from the first 20 minutes of action. As your leading scorers, Malia Williams for Cincinnati and Isaiah James for NC State. There's a couple baskets from James early on.
The lefty got off to a great start. Has tremendous range. And then when they pressed up on her, she was able to put it on the floor and get the paint right like this one and just weave in and out of those black jerseys and finish high off the window. Great defense at the other end by this Wolfpack team. It looks like there's gaps. They close them in a hurry. And there's number 10 picking up the charge. This was just a great post move inside off an offensive rebound on a weak side. A lot of highlights for the Wolfpack.
20 points in the paint, and this is Malia Williams. 13 points for her. 3 for 4 from 3.
At the first 10 for Cincinnati. She needs a little help from her friends. And they've settled for the 3 because it's so hard to get the ball inside. And Wes Moore talked about with their defensive strategy, it's worked really well for them. There's some more dribble drives and finishes at the rim for the Wolfpack. And there's the freshman with an assist. Great ball movement by the Wolfpack.
How about the 4 freshmen that come off the bench for NC State? Doing an excellent job so far. Brooks with 7 points, 2 assists, no turnovers, 2 block shots as well, as we see some team statistics here.
And Cincinnati's getting some, 32 looks at the basket. They've got the shots up, knocked in a couple threes, got to cut down the turnovers, but look at the points off turnovers. by NC State.
All right, start of the third quarter after this. This is the 2023 U.S. Virgin Islands Paradise Jam on ESPN+. Starters on the floor for NC State: Baldwin, Collins, James, Hayes, and Rivers. And the same for Cincinnati: Milton, Hayes, Williams, Jackson, and Thomas.
Julian Hayes scoreless for Cincinnati.
Williams a deep two to start. Williams had the first 10 points for Cincinnati in that first quarter. Here's James, wants another three. Off the mark there. She's 2 for 6 now from the outside.
Shaking her head because that was a wide open look for James. You won't get many of those.
Deep two out of Thomas.
They tried to get Julian Hayes on a post-up.
Here's Baldwin. Oh, nice move inside the duck under on Thomas.
Footwork of a ballerina.
NC State leads it by 30 here. A day ahead of a top 10 matchup. Number 3 Colorado is waiting.
Now watch this. Establish the pivot foot. Power dribble. Up and under. Outstanding footwork.
Here's Milton on the drive. Throws it over Baldwin. And Collins grabs the rebound. There's Rivers racing to the rim. Draws the contact. This is a foul on Milton.
Brad, the team speed of NC State is deceptive because in the first half, and we just saw it there, their ability to get down court, Cincinnati is not being able to get in front of the ball and get it stopped till it's deep right at the rim. I just think they have tremendous speed with the ball in their hands.
Coach, I still can't believe you asked Coach Moore about shooting so well at the free throw line.
I thought they were so good I couldn't jinx them.
Rivers gets 1 of 2.
All right, the first 2 trips they tried to post Julian Hayes on Mimi Collins. Let's see if they go back in her. They're trying to get Hayes a hoop, get the lid off, get her confidence going. They need her to score.
Hayes 0 for 3 from the floor.
Mimi Collins, excellent defender.
Out to Williams, shooting the 3. And the rebound grabbed by Madison Hayes. The Wolfpack's Hayes with 13 points.
All right, Mimi Collins, strong post-up but couldn't handle the pass.
There's the steal. Milton, pull-up jumper at the free throw line. And Baldwin battles Jillian Hayes for the rebound. And the possession arrow says it is NC State basketball.
Well, the effort is still there for Jillian Hayes. She has struggled to find the bottom of the net. But I like the effort. There's the change up of defenses that Katrina Merriweather talked about.
There's the drive, the jumper, no for James. And this is Milton on the run out. Dumps it off. Williams slashing to the basket. Second wave in transition for Cincinnati. Good for 2.
Good ball fake. Open up that middle pass.
Hayes drives, takes it all the way in, gets her own rebound, and gets shoved from behind. It looked like Destiny Thomas collided knees with something. She grabs her right knee and is hobbled and not moving very quickly. Off the bench, Brianna Byers into the game, and Thomas is going to take a slow walk to the Cincinnati bench. She'll be an important piece for Cincinnati this season. Certainly hope she's all right. At Memphis last year on the American All-Freshman team. Just a sophomore.
Came with her coach, Katrina Merriweather, over here to Cincinnati.
Hayes fires the three. And it's a rebound grab by Williams. Jackson back to Williams. And wave it off for the travel violation.
Really good push and a kick out. Williams trying to get some clarification from the officials. She runs up court on that travel move. No argument from Katrina Merriweather.
They'll give you an extra step, but not two after you catch the ball. As Williams knocks that out of bounds. Malia Williams, we saw her throw a couple dunks down in shoot around.
She's never had one in the game. I asked her if she never got one in the game. And Baldwin has really good 7 mitts. Catches anything thrown above her head. Watch this defense now. They are packed in and all eyeballs on the ball.
Jillian Hayes offensive rebound, tried to dump it off underneath the Byers. And now NC State finds an open James in the corner. And a foul on the rebound. This will be Jillian Hayes' 4th personal foul.
Battling for inside position, she roots out Baldwin and gets called. They handed the traffic ticket. See the end of this. Just kept backing in to Baldwin.
Jackson and Hayes check out. Ariel Jackson into the game for Cincinnati.
Baldwin with great footwork. That time, drug the pivot foot. She wasn't sure if she wanted to try and score it or flare out the pass, and that indecision led to the travel move.
There's Williams. Misses it off the back iron.
Frustration foul by Williams.
Well, Cincinnati head coach Katrina Merriweather says this tournament is going to be valuable. Maybe a little tougher competition than what she would have initially signed up for, knowing that she had a first-year unit. But says this group needs experience together. And 3 games in 3 days will get you some experience together. There's another 3 from Madison Hayes. They have youth, not a lot of depth in the post, and that's where NC State's capitalizing. But this will help Cincinnati.
No question. And they're joining a new league in the Big 12. Big 12 is known for some very good post play. But it's going to help the recruiting of Cincinnati, the new league, and the energy of Katrina Merriweather. And they got a great thing going in Cincinnati I told you about yesterday. Skyline Chili.
Skyline Chili. That's right.
That is a recruiting advantage. And we even joked, they might have some NIL opportunities with Skyline Chili. Famous in Cincinnati.
Baldwin draws the foul. We're at the media timeout here in the third quarter, 58-24. The Wolfpack continuing to cruise here. Hayes knocking it in from the outside. NC State up 30 plus.
Rained in 3 balls for the Wolfpack.
Live sport. Who's going to be first to take it? It's in-season tournament time. It's NBA on ESPN time. It's in-season tournament time. It's NBA on ESPN time.
58-24, NC State with the big lead here in the third quarter. As Madison Hayes, the senior, with the first double-double at the 2023 Paradise Jams for the women's divisions. 16 and 10. 5 of 10 shooting from the floor. So, as an assist, has been fouled 6 times.
Got him going early with those deep threes out of the corner and then put it on the ground, put it on the wood, drove it to the paint. Madison Williams, Madison Hayes, scoring in a variety of ways for Wolfpack.
Both free throws are good for Baldwin. As Collier into the game for NC State. Coach building on the Cincinnati discussion, this tournament will be good for them. And assistant Ashley Barlow, who played at Notre Dame, remembers the trip to the Paradise Jam as Brooks gets called for the offensive foul. Cincinnati taking the charge underneath here. Reagan Jackson sliding in, taking the charge.
Good recognition by Jackson. Moved over there quickly, got herself established. First half, they struggled getting the ball stopped in transition. Better effort here in the second half by Cincinnati.
Brooks in transition. She loses it.
Another stop by the Bearcats.
Reagan Jackson with the soft touch. It's the shot to fall. Her first bucket of this game.
That's what Katrina Merriweather was hoping. More of that to get some stops and get the ball out in transition. They are difficult to press, NC State, because they're great spacing, and they're going to run the post player right to the ball side block at the end of the press offense.
There's a 3 fired, knocked in. Reagan Jackson getting it going. 5 quick points here. The freshman played college, or her parents played college ball at Texas Wesleyan, the freshman from Kendale, Texas.
Trying to earn some more playing time.
Illegal screen on Cox. That's the second foul. Let me go back to that story on Cincinnati assistant Ashley Barlow. So she played for Notre Dame 2006 to 2010. She was here 2010 Paradise Jam champ. She was pointing out the Notre Dame logo to her players as they came in for the very first time on shoot-around. I said, Coach, what do you remember about the Paradise Jam? She's like, oh, the beaches and the water. The weather was great. The beaches, so sandy, the water so blue. She said, I remember we played San Diego State and Oklahoma, and I got a black eye. It was physical. Teams come down here, and they battle.
We talked to a lot of players, the former players. The memory number one are the beauty and the beaches, and 3 and 4 are the games. One of my favorite visions was the Fordham team taping a court out there on the AstroTurf that overlooked the bay and doing their walkthrough in bare feet on AstroTurf and pretending like they were bouncing a basketball because they couldn't bounce it off the turf.
Jumper from Rivers. Short Thomas with the rebound. It's another team set the court up. Kind of a 45-degree angle, like a
Yeah.
slightly different angle instead of the baseline.
Well, if you would have airballed it, it would have went into the ocean. But fucking, it wasn't a hoop. Now, unfortunately, the women can't do it because there's a wedding at our fabulous hotel, the Westin, and they put a huge tin up there on the AstroTurf, so there's no room to take down your court for the walkthrough.
Last week you were telling me about the pickleball courts. Did they close your pickleball court off too?
Yeah, pickleball courts are still open. You
Okay.
bring it up every game because you know that Madonna, my girlfriend, smoked me in pickleball. As soon as she got back to Iowa, you know what she did? She went and rented the pickleball court. He's waiting for me to come home and play some more.
You just got introduced to pickleball and you caught the bug, didn't you? Foul underneath. This goes on Thomas.
Well, she's beat me in pickleball, Brad, but I've yet to inform her that you can't tee it up on the golf course in the middle of the fairway. I just kind of let her do it.
Hey, golf isn't everybody's sport. Let's just
I just gotta let her do it. I have taught her not to tee it up on the green.
Yeah, that's a no-no. Here's the free throw from Collier. 64-32, NC State with the lead over Cincinnati. And a travel called on Jackson.
Well, this is a team that got the nation's attention with their win over UConn. Now firmly implanted in the AP poll, and deservedly so.
Another basket by Collier.
Really good minutes from Collier off the bench.
This developing the bench, Coach, it comes from kids coming off the bench, getting extended minutes and finding some success, doesn't it?
Well, also being able to play through your mistakes.
It's Ariel Jackson drilling a three. She has 5 points for the Bearcats.
Because you don't want to be afraid to get yanked on a mistake, and this gives you a little more opportunity to make a mistake, continue to play. Colorado has used a lot of players here off their bench. NC State already came with a strong bench that recruiting.
Rivers no. Cox put back denied as the block from Byers with 8 seconds up on the clock. Final seconds of the third quarter.
It may be more important, Brad, for your post players. And sometimes it takes them longer to develop.
There's Steele for 3. And the rebound grabbed by Jackson. Jackson, baseball pass. Oh my, that was close. Just short. What an effort from Ariel Jackson. She's been a spark. 5 points for Cincinnati. As number 10 NC State in control, the Bearcats. Ooh, that close from a Sports Center top 10. Back with more from Paradise here at the U.S. Virgin Islands Paradise Jam.
The United States is diagnosed with cancer. One mother, one daughter, one wife. Kay Yao saw the power of one.
The biggest obstacles also provide the biggest opportunities.
One adds up. One multiplies. Countless lives have been changed. One can change everything. You are the one. The Kay Yao Cancer Fund. The power of one.
NC State, 3 players in double figures. Hayes, the double-double, 16 points, 10 rebounds. Contribution from the bench for the Wolfpack. 8 points from Collier. Brooks with 7 points, 3 assists. Steele with 5 points. Cincinnati starting to get a spark from their bench as well. 5 points from Ariel Jackson. 2 from Dia and a basket from Holtman thus far. Cincinnati 2 of their 5 starters scored a point. Malia Williams, game high honors with 15 points. And here's a foul on Dia underneath.
Got in a wrestling match inside when that ball went up on the rim.
Cincinnati 2-2 on the season. 10th ranked NC State 5-0. Tomorrow's game's coming up, Coach. NC State will have a top 10 matchup. Number 3 Colorado will battle at 1 o'clock Eastern, and then Cincinnati takes on Kentucky.
Both those teams will try and get a win before they leave this island paradise. The matchup we're waiting for, though, is these 2 in the top 10. The Buffaloes and the Wolfpack.
There's a foul in transition as it goes on Ryan Jackson, called for the foul. Earlier today, Colorado, a 96-53 winner over Kentucky.
Slow start, or I'd say a good start by Kentucky, but Colorado flexed their muscles in the second half.
Jump ball is called as Jinx lost control, regathered it, got tied up.
TT a little behind the back. Move. Back and find your person. Jinx with the block. Good timing. In fact, she was beat on the baseline by Steele that recovered. Cincinnati's been playing zone on these out of bounds underneath their basket that they're defending. Oh, nice play.
Another block. That one by Byers. And here's Cincinnati in transition now. Ahead to Jackson. Jackson back to Jackson. 3 ball by Maya does not fall.
Is physical in the paint. When that ball gets shot, there are bodies flying.
Steele for 3. Offensive board by Hayes.
NC State marks their person and blocks them out, and Cincinnati's trying to fly in there and get some offensive rebound attempts.
Dia grabbing the rebound. 3 from the left wing. Williamson with the block on Byers, and now Steele with the basketball.
Not a lot of great flow, but the effort is there on both sides.
There's Jinx called for the foul. You see the block.
The save.
Substitutions. Katie Pinueta, junior from Vancouver, first-year Wolfpack. Transfer from Sacramento State into the game.
And Hayes going to take the seat for NC State. Had a fantastic day. 16 points, knocked in 3 threes. 12 rebounds. We talked earlier about the double-double.
First of the tournament, both of the Island and Reef division. Shot from Cox may have been blocked inside. The ball bounces right to Brooks, and she puts it in for 2.
That ball had a set of eyes.
There's Hayes. Banks it home. Hayes' first points of the contest.
It's been that kind of night for Jillian Hayes. Straight on, banked that one. but finally got one down for the Bearcats.
Steal the jumper off the screen. No. Jillian Hayes the rebound. That's her 6th of the game. And quickly to the offensive end is Jackson.
Jackson is very aggressive at the offensive end.
NC State leading 66-37. You see Katrina Merriweather, head coach for Cincinnati, watching Jackson knock in that free throw.
Katrina Merriweather has a plan. And this is year 1 of the plan. She's got to set her culture. This team came out with a lot of energy and excitement. There's too much inside strength for the Wolfpack, but I like their demeanor. I like their way they carry themselves. They're buying in to what Katrina Merriweather is selling.
There's Dia winning the battle for the loose ball. And Dia reached back, grabbed it, but shuffled her feet as she came to the ground, gives it back to NC State. Well, for number 10, NC State, the Wolfpack, head coach Wes Moore in year number 11. It's over 800 career victories. He's got a big group of freshmen that comes off the bench for him. Another one into the game, Jana Ayesa, 5'8" freshman out of Egypt, onto the floor, but Zoe Brooks with the ball in her hand. She's been good. Steele has made some shots today.
And that recruiting class ranked number 10 in the nation. And this is a team, North Carolina State was picked 8th in the ACC preseason poll.
That's surprising. Preseason number 8 and 10th in the country.
Especially look at what they were bringing back.
Did lose their top 4 scorers from a season ago, a 20-win season. And they were battle-tested last year, too, one of the toughest schedules in the country.
Westmore said that group didn't quite fit together and gone to the portal some. He likes what he's doing now. He's bringing in freshmen and just filling in with a couple players through the transfer portal.
Ahead to Jillian Hayes, and there's Ayesa knocking it away from Hayes. NC State also, the freshmen that come off the bench, they've had some success. They have actually claimed the last 3 ACC 6th Players of the Year, as Sanaya Rivers, 6th Player of the Year a season ago. Back in 2022, Diamond Johnson, who's now at Norfolk State, and Jada Boyd back in 2021.
That's impressive. So is this young woman.
She may be next in line. Fantastic looking freshman and coming off the bench. And to the free throw line, Zoe Brooks. She's into double figures, 11 points for her. NC State. Everybody contributing. The freshmen not playing like freshmen here in the Virgin Islands.
Get to the paint, set your feet. Wolfpack have run away with this in the second half.
Live time. It's NBA on ESPN time.
Zoe Brooks at the free throw line, 11 points, 3 assists, 2 turnovers, 2 blocks, a steal, 3 rebounds.
She is stuffing the stat sheet.
Zoe Brooks, part of the 2022 WNBA Skills Challenge. She was a champion with Sabrina Ionescu.
We had
a good partner to have.
This a few years ago.
Yep.
Oregon came as the #1 team, and I do believe they got beat here at the Paradise Jam that year. And Sabrina Nescu was fun to watch. Still is.
NC State inside, working against Collier. Excuse me, Collier working against the Bearcats. Here's Byers, finds an opening. Missed the shot. Collier another rebound.
Came right to Collier. Collier faced a double team on that last trip. Westmore directing his traffic, trying to get people in the right spots. They like this high-low look. There it is. Just missed it. Collier, big target inside.
Brooks called for the travel. Jinks set to check back in. As Williams will check out. 15 points, 7 rebounds, a pair of steals for Malia Williams. Leads the way for Cincinnati today. Here's Reagan Jackson launching the three. Offensive rebound, put back. Good for Abby Holtman. As Holtman, with her second basket in this game. Coming into the game just 2 points on the season. Has 4 today against number 10 NC State. Here's Collier inside and a foul called.
Collier worked really hard to get inside position, hold the position, sealing the defender, creating angles for the pass. Another one of these highly touted freshmen for this Wolfpack team. The bigs can shoot free throws, so you do not want to foul them. Even the young post players are able to shoot from the free throw line. Collier just cleaning up boards at the defensive end.
Catch and shoot three. Penuetta, no. Oh, nifty move inside for Jackson, but now ahead NC State. Brooks up to Collier. And it'll be free throws again for Mallory Collier.
Collier about to go into double figures. She has had a really good night. 4 rebounds.
You have been great at jinxing free throw shooters
The
last couple days.
This one's going in. She'll get double figures. Told you. Got 2 soft to hands. And now a little exit for Collier. Nice job for the freshman. Yeah, worked hard. I liked her footwork in the post. I'm not sure who does the work with the post players for North Carolina State, but they are fundamentally sound. Great balance on the catch. Able to create angles and pin defenders. Brooks looking up. She almost wanted to throw that one. Eyes up all the time with Brooks.
Steal a nice drive and finish off the window.
Went up with the left hand. Brooks has the ball in her hands. She has vision of everything going around her in the court.
Good hustle board by Reagan Jackson. Launches the deep 2, and Reagan Jackson with 8 points.
Jackson with the hustle. Jackson with the reward.
Here's the drive and the dish. The takeaway. Clark ahead to Jackson. Jackson races to the offensive end. It's fouled by Penuetta.
Brooks going to take a seat. She had a great afternoon.
12 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists 2 blocks and a steal.
Jackson, a little English. Got that one to fall through. Money on the second. Call for the ball screen.
Possession arrow gives the ball to Cincinnati. Well, NC State, 40-plus rebounds in 5 of their 6 games now. 49 boards to 38 for Cincinnati.
Well, one of the reasons they do that so well, Brad, is we talk about the pack line defense we saw earlier. They're keeping their people close to the hoop. Oh, nice move.
Layup doesn't fall for Ayesa.
Ayesa with the spin, but couldn't finish what she started.
Clark lost it. Coming up with the basketball is Cox. Final 40 seconds of this game. And Steele with the jumper. Knocks it in.
Steele also in double figures. She has had a nice game. Another freshman that knows how to score the basketball.
She's the 6th Wolfpack player to hit double figures. Starters Baldwin, James, and Hayes, and off the bench Collier, Brooks, and now Steele. And NC State comes up with the ball, and that'll do it for us.
They haven't shot a great percentage, but a lot of that's because we've had so many reserves here in the 3rd and 4th quarter.
And a whistle and a jump ball here as Reagan Jackson ties up Ayesa. And I will dribble out the final seconds. That'll do it. Number 10, NC State, 6-0, wins it 79-45 over Cincinnati. As that sets up the top 10 matchup for tomorrow. Number 3, Colorado, and number 10, NC State. It gets our Paradise Jam Day started tomorrow, 2 p.m. local time. That's 1 p.m. Eastern. And that'll be followed by Cincinnati taking on the Kentucky Wildcats.